Hi, and welcome to Creating a Life I Love. My name is Tim Bradley, licensed psychotherapist and author of the training guide, Creating a Life I Love. Is it really possible to reprogram your own brain? This video reveals step by step how creating a life I love can reprogram your brain and body to remove negative emotions from your memories. Master your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Increase your positivity. Broaden your awareness of thought, emotion, and behavioral possibilities. Unlock your own inner wisdom. Protect yourself from stress. Be at peace with yourself, others, and the world. Replace old habits that bring you down and create new habits you've always wanted. And learn and practice strategies and skills that effectively help you to create a life you love. It'll also help you to decrease anxiety, depression, anger, shame, and guilt, while increasing love for yourself, love for others, happiness, joy, and peace. So let's get started. Question: do you love your life? Let's get mindful. Relax. Take a breath. Focus on a point in front of you and consider the following. What are your thoughts about your life? What emotions do you experience most of the time? Are you doing what you want to be doing with your life? So is it really possible to reprogram your own brain? The answer is yes, and it's because of neuroplasticity. Your brain is composed of approximately 100 billion neurons. Early researchers believe that neurogenesis, or the creation of new neurons, stops shortly after birth. Today it's understood that your brain possesses the remarkable capacity to reorganize pathways, create new connections, and alter existing ones, allowing you to adapt to new experiences, learn new information, and create new memories. Neurons that are used frequently develop stronger connections, and those that are rarely or never used eventually die. By developing new connections and pruning away the weak ones, your brain's able to adapt to your changing environment. This is known as neuroplasticity or cortical remapping. It's a term that refers to your brain's ability to change and adapt as a result of experience. Functional plasticity refers to your brain's ability to move functions from a damaged area of the brain to other undamaged areas. Structural plasticity refers to your brain's ability to actually change its physical structure as a result of learning. So what's all this mean to you? Your habits are nothing more than strong neural pathways of thought, emotion, and behavior. The more you think, feel, and act in a consistent way, the stronger your neural pathways become. Your brain is wired to follow the strongest pathways when processing information. This is why it seems so difficult to break an unwanted habit and start a new one. By participating in this training, your brain will literally begin to create new neural pathways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. The more you practice the strategies and skills presented in this video, the stronger your new pathways will become, and the more your old unwanted pathways will begin to shrink and fade away due to lack of use. This training focuses on 4 interconnected systems in your brain that work together to create your habits: your awareness system, your thought system, your emotion system, and your physical behavior system. Your awareness system allows you to capture what is happening in the moment. You have conscious and unconscious awareness. Your conscious awareness allows you to observe and describe what is happening so that you can choose how to respond right now. Your unconscious awareness records and responds what's happening without you even thinking about it. Your unconscious awareness is like a video that captures everything inside and outside of you. Most of your awareness is unconscious. Your thoughts are just ideas, interpretations, and meanings. Your emotions are your feelings, sensations, and urges, and your behaviors are what you actually do with your body. Now let's take a look at some strategies and skills that you can use to change these systems and reprogram your brain. This training map breaks down 4 interconnected systems of your brain that constantly interact with each other to create your habits. It then describes the specific strategies and skills needed to master each of these systems. The following slides will describe each part of this map in detail. The quality of your life is based on how you respond to your awareness, your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Each system interacts with the others to produce a way of being in the world. Mindfulness is a simple set of skills that increases your awareness by helping you to observe what's going on in the moment, inside and outside of you. Mindfulness gives you access to your own inner wisdom to do what works. Reason mind produces language, interpretations, meanings, and your story about life. Nothing means anything until your reason mind makes it so. You'll learn ways of thinking that quickly activate positive emotions and effortlessly move you to create a life you love. Emotion mind produces feelings, sensations, and urges. Your emotion mind produces emotional energy that move you in very specific ways. You'll learn how to quickly move from one emotional state to another, increase positive emotional states, and control your emotions so they don't control you. Wisdom comes from observing and describing your thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and environment without judgment, and then doing what works in the moment. You'll learn the secrets to decreasing or eliminating your interfering behavior and turn your desired way of being into habit. What you know is just a story. Your story is just a summation of all the perceptions and interpretations of your life experiences. Your story rarely reflects what actually happened or what is happening in life because all you're able to do is perceive and interpret. Most of your past story was created without your awareness. However, you can choose to become the conscious author of your current and future story. As the sole author, you can create a story that powerfully moves and inspires you to live a life you love. Accept the new you can only begin when you fully and unconditionally accept without judgment the old you. Trying to break bad habits only reinforces them in your brain. Putting all your energy into who you create yourself to be literally remaps your brain and causes old behaviors to atrophy and die and new behaviors to become automatic. Validation is an acceptance strategy that encourages acceptance and trust of self, others, and the world. You'll learn problem-solving strategies and skills that increase your awareness and create different ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Accept your past. You can't change your past. What happens, happened. Focusing on changing it ensures more of the same. The process of discovering what doesn't work is critical to creating something new that does. It's your probable future. Is that if you live in your past, your future is almost certain to be the same. You live in the past, your present, same as the past, and your future, you guessed it, same as your past. Accept what's in the moment. Accept what is before you. You are the way you are. Others are the way they are, and the world is the way it is. Then focus your mind on possibilities from your future that move and inspire you. Then take action right now to make them a reality. It's living as a possibility. If you live in the present, created from the infinite possibilities from your future becomes whatever you create it to be now. Your future has infinite possibilities. You live in the present, created from your future, and your past stays in the past. An interfering behavior analysis is a mindfulness exercise that helps you to observe and describe without judgment behavior that interferes with living a life you love. A created behavior analysis is a mindfulness exercise that helps you to create a desired way of being with matching behaviors that with practice becomes automatic. Consider the possibility that earlier in life who you believed yourself to be was learned primarily from your caregivers, and it makes sense you believe them. When you take responsibility for what you value in life, how and what you think, how you respond to your emotions, urges, those around you, and your environment, you take charge of who you are. You may choose to be the same from your past or create a way of being that's completely different. Creating a way of being is a learned skill. With commitment, practice, and perseverance, old ineffective habits of thinking, behaving, and feeling can be replaced by ones that match your created way of being. Accept that there's no substitute for consistent observation, commitment, practice, and perseverance to create a life you love. It pays to have a coach who'll push you beyond what you think you're capable and help you to realize goals you never thought you could achieve. The Creating a Life I Love video training comes complete with 8 individual training sessions and exercises. Each session is built upon the one before and is strategically designed to help you quickly learn, strengthen, and master effective, evidence-based strategies and skills that powerfully move you to create and live a life you love. Session 1 is orientation. This is the free video you're watching now of how Creating a Life I Love basic training will help you train your brain and body to create and live a life you love. In Session 2, Mindfulness, you'll learn how to accept and live in the present moment without judgment. Consciously process your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors as they occur so you can gain access to your own intuitive wisdom and do what works for you in the moment. In Session 3, Behavior Analyses, you'll discover when, where, and how your specific behaviors interfere with living a life you love. Then you'll create a way of being that powerfully inspires and moves you. You'll develop the script to restructure your thoughts, regulate your emotions, and reinforce behaviors that match your created way of being. Then you'll practice and adjust your script until your desired behaviors become automatic. In Session 4, Restructure Thought, you'll learn ineffective styles of thinking you might be using without your awareness. Choose styles of thinking that work for you. Choose empowering thoughts and assumptions that move you to act on your created way of being. In Session 5, Regulate Emotions, you'll learn what emotions really are. Regulate your emotions so that they don't regulate you. Decrease your vulnerability to negative emotions and increase positive emotions. You'll learn how to live in the emotional state of your choosing. In Session 6, Reinforce Behavior, you'll learn how your habits were developed. Learn how to use 8 basic methods to effectively decrease or eliminate your interfering habits. Learn how to create a desired way of being and turn your desired way of being into habit. In Session 7, Radically Accept, you'll learn how to radically accept yourself, others, and the world without judgment. Learn how to handle the stress of change. Develop greater trust and openness. Strengthen the relationships that work for you and let go of the ones that don't. Finally, in Session 8, Respond to Stress, you'll increase your tolerance of stress. Learn how to stay in the moment without making it worse, and learn how to let go of emotional suffering. Do you suffer from post-traumatic stress or PTSD? I've shown you how Creating a Life I Love can reprogram your brain. But what if you've experienced traumatic events in life and as a result, you have unprocessed negative memories? Think of your most disturbing memory. One that triggers emotions of fear, depression, anxiety, shame, or guilt. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most disturbing, how disturbing is this memory to you? When you think of this memory, what negative thought do you have about yourself? On a scale of 1 to 7, with 7 being most true, how true is your negative thought about yourself when you think of this memory? If you have 1 or more disturbing memories or negative beliefs about yourself that score 2 or more, you have unprocessed negative memories. Unprocessed negative memories can be triggered at any time, causing you to feel that same negative emotion and or think that same negative thought about yourself. These memories can generate behaviors that interfere with your life, even without your awareness, and they can stay locked in your brain the rest of your life, robbing you of living a life you love. Approximately 2/3 of the population have experienced some kind of physical, sexual, and/or emotional adverse life experience or traumatic event. Researchers hypothesize that when a person has an intense emotional experience, either positive or negative, the brain stores the information differently than everyday events. As you experience life throughout your day, your brain interprets information received from your five senses, thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and body sensations. If what you're experiencing doesn't trigger intense emotions, your brain processes and stores the information in your memory for future reference. It's why you might have trouble remembering what you did yesterday. However, if your experience triggers an intense emotional response, your brain locks that emotion and all the sensations, thoughts, and behaviors in your memory like a virtual reality video. The moment becomes frozen in time in your memory and contains all the thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and sensations that were encoded at the time of the event. Because your memory networks are interconnected, any similar sensations may trigger your memory of the experience. It's why it's easy to remember extremely joyful events. You can almost see, hear, smell, taste, and feel what was going on when you were so joyful and happy. These memories can have lasting positive effect. However, if you have experienced daily household or workplace dysfunction, or more severe trauma such as physical, sexual, or emotional abuse or violence, your brain can trigger the same emotions trapped in those memories and make you feel like it's happening all over again right now. Intense, negatively charged memories have a lasting negative effect that interferes with the way you relate to yourself, others, and the world. The memory of intense, negatively charged emotional experiences can regenerate fear, anxiety, panic, shame, guilt, anger, and depression without your awareness. This may explain why you might find yourself anxious or depressed for no apparent reason. These memories remain stored in your brain for life and will continuously and negatively affect your view of yourself, others, and the world until they're processed. Think of your brain like a digestive system. If your digestive system is working well, it breaks down what you eat into micronutrients that are eventually carried through your bloodstream to the parts of your body that need them, and then it discards the waste. However, if you eat something that your digestive system can't break down or process, you could get a blockage which could cause all sorts of medical problems, not to mention intense stomach pain. When you dream, your eyes move rapidly back and forth in what is called REM, or rapid eye movement. It's thought that these REM cycles are your brain's way of processing information that's not been fully processed during the day. It may be one reason why your dreams seem so bizarre and disconnected. However, when your brain tries to process a negative emotional event, it's perceived as a nightmare, and it may wake you or interrupt the cycle without fully processing the memory. Remember that these memories remain stored in your brain for life and will continuously and negatively affect how you relate to yourself, others, and the world until they're processed. Some symptoms of the most common symptoms of PTSD are recurring nightmares of the traumatic event, sleeplessness, loss of interest, anger or irritability, feeling emotionally cut off from others, being always on guard, having trouble concentrating, or being easily startled. These symptoms may not surface for months or years after the actual event occurred, and they may come and go. However, if they persist over time and disrupt your daily life, then you may have PTSD. Disruptions include avoiding places or things that remind you of what happened, turning to alcohol or drugs to cope with the trauma, thoughts of self-harm or harming others, a need to keep busy with work or other hobbies to occupy your mind, or isolating yourself.
Here's the issue. People who suffer from PTSD may not be able or willing to recognize these symptoms and behaviors on their own. They may be aware of them, but they're in denial. That's why it's incredibly important for families, friends, and other support circles to be on the lookout for any sign of PTSD early on. The earlier PTSD is addressed, the more successful treatment can be. Standard talk therapy is very effective for many situations such as personal, family, or relationship issues. However, traumatic events must be processed intentionally in a specific and structured manner and effectively. People who see standard talk therapists often avoid talking about traumatic events altogether, and many therapists are not trained to process trauma effectively.
Medications can be useful to reduce the symptoms of PTSD, such as tension or irritability, improve sleep, and provide chemical support for you to attend and participate in therapy more consistently. But you should note that medications will not process traumatic events. You should consult your physician to determine what's best for you. Repeated studies have shown that people can experience relief in a very short period of time that once took years to make a difference. But it's highly recommended that you do this with a licensed, trained, and competent trauma therapist. Whether you or a loved one is suffering from PTSD, it's never too late to get treatment. Creating a Life I Love provides effective research methods provided by licensed, trained, and competent therapists who can quickly and effectively help you to reprocess your traumatic events and reprogram your brain and body, and can be done online or in person. So what level works for you? If you're level 0, you're not committed at all and you don't want to participate in this training, and that's just fine. I want to thank you for watching. If you're level 1 commitment, you want to do something different, but you just like to watch. If you're level 2, you're willing to work with a coach and be coachable to create a life you love. And if you're level 3, you're in it to win it no matter what, to create a life you love. If you're a level 1 commitment, you just want to see what this is about, and Life 1 training packages for you. Purchase the Creating a Life I Love ebook for only $9.99. Read what interests you most and have it ready to use when you need it. If you're a level 2 commitment, you're willing to be coachable, and Life 2 training packages for you. Purchase the complete Creating a Life I Love video training package for only $39.99. And receive the Creating a Life I Love ebook absolutely free. That's the entire 8-session mind and body video training system, over 20 years in the making, plus the Creating a Life I Love ebook for less than $5 per session. Watch each video at your convenience and reinforce what you learned by completing the research-proven exercises. If you're level 3 commitment, you are in it to win it, and Life 3 training packages for you. You'll receive a free 50-minute consultation online or in the office to clarify your goals and see if trauma therapy or therapeutic coaching is right for you. Be completely satisfied after your free consultation or receive a full refund. If after your free consultation you choose to continue, you'll receive one 50-minute online or in-the-office trauma therapy or therapeutic coaching session for the discount price of only $100. Pay even less with applicable insurance. And you'll receive the Creating a Life I Love video training and ebook upon completion of your first session absolutely free. Purchase unlimited additional sessions at the same discount price. That's a $150 value for only $100. Your free consultation session must be scheduled online at pathwiseproductions.com. Ensure faster and more consistent progress by scheduling one-on-one time in person, online, or on the phone, whatever works best for you. Look, your past is past. You can't change it. Your future hasn't happened yet. Right now has no beginning and no end, and it's filled with infinite possibilities. Right now is the only time you can learn from your past and create your future. Right now is the only time you have to create a life you love. Don't wait another day trapped inside your old programming. Order your Creating a Life I Love training package now and get started creating a life you love today.